Hello again, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. Our next speaker is Engineer Saleh Al Shanfari, the CEO of Oman Food Investment Holding. Please note to choose your preferred language, to click on the icon of the headphones, and then choose English or Arabic. أود بس إني أنوه لاختيار اللغة العربية إنكم تضغطون على أيقونة السماعات وبعدين تختارون اللغة العربية. تفضل مهندس.
Thank you very much. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah, salatu salam ala Rasulil Kareem. Ramadan Mubarak for all, and thank you very much for allowing me to be part of this very important conference. My presentation is about food security for the Sultanate of Oman and the future food trends, and it is titled as a responsible investment-based approach. And I will explain why we call it responsible based investment approach. First, let me introduce what is food security. Of course, food security exists when all people at all times have physical and economic access to sufficient, safe and nutritious food that meets their dietary needs and food preferences for an active and healthy life. This is the FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations definition of food security. And of course, there are dimensions to this, which is food, physical availability of food, economic and physical access to food, adequate food utilization, stability of the other dimensions over time, and food safety to reduce or minimize all foodborne risks. Sustainable food systems are interconnected and represent a full agri-value chain from pre-product to processing, the supply chain and consumption. What we refer to about pre-production, that includes genetic resources. So the seeds, for example, the type of animals, the breed that we choose, and the agriculture practices and technology and the mechanization, maybe the use of artificial intelligence, the proper use of the kinds of or types of products we choose to produce. I mean, the kind of crops that we choose to select to produce, or what kind of animal breeds or genetics that we think of including. And then, of course, production refers to growing the seeds and maybe to harvesting, and refers to management and food loss. The supply chain more focus on processing, storage, transport, wholesaling, and market access. And then consumption, which is cooking, eating, and food waste management, which is very, very important thing to talk about here. Now, let me talk a little bit about OFIC. OFIC is Oman Food Investment Company. For short, OFIC is a state-owned enterprise. It's part of Oman Investment Authority, OIA, and it's mandated to promote Oman's food security through partnership with government agencies, private sector, and other stakeholders. The purpose is to focus on the Oman food security, of course, and the economic well-being by investing in domestically and international food projects. So OFIC plans to deliver its objective by developing partnerships with various food companies and other stakeholders. We also provide support and guidance to new projects, be it our projects or maybe other shareholders. And of course, based on that, the holding company have been established very successfully. Our vision is to be the recognized leader for promoting strategic investments in the food sector. Just a second, right? Yes, I just minimized the pictures. To be the recognized leader for promoting strategic investment in the food sector, domestically and internationally. also to invest as a mission to invest in the food project individually and in partnership with various strategic investors inside and outside Oman, aiming to promote self-sufficiency where possible. The objectives is to target commercially viable projects in Oman and internationally and develop partnership and promote the adoption of responsible, efficient, and sustainable practices across the value chain in all companies, and target mix of agri-food projects in urban and rural areas to create employment, economic diversification, and growth of small and medium enterprises, and improve food quality standards and leverage the competitive and comparative location of Oman, and becoming a trusted center for excellence for integrated agri-food solutions. And now we are focusing on a new innovative-based direction to promote friendly investment climate in the food sector. So promote a friendly investment climate in the food sector and leverage technology and innovation to transform the food and agriculture sector and knowledge and technology transfer, and of course look at commercialization of research and development, and that is of course through our food technopark project. And then promote partnership between public and private sector by leveraging support from OIA ministry and other ministries and Chamber of Commerce, and attract funding schemes that help expanding the scaling up of project and reform the Oman food and agriculture marketing system and adapt contract farming as a new direction, and of course support the transformation of Oman as a food hub and boost the Oman economy via attraction of food innovative ideas and capacity in institutional building, and of course ensuring the availability of quality and safe food in the country. So development of innovation value-based practices in the country, and also business networking like this one, and globalization by strengthening the Omani food sector and growth of existing and creation of new food agriculture companies. Of course, add to that employment generation, job creation, which is happening already, and then developing of Omani youth skills. The project Food Technopark, which is a new direction, we just set up this project, is a very, very innovative and a new idea that I've mentioned some of it. This will be done by working very closely with the Ministry of Higher Education and Innovation, and that will definitely be the first food technopark in the region. The idea is to allow for new ideas to be nurtured and to be incubated, what we call from ideation to commercialization, to end up with products in a market. Responsible investment is approach to agriculture and food production is quite important. Of course, we have taken into consideration the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, what we call the SDGs, in all the projects that we develop. Of course, this is the ultimate, and this is what the whole world have agreed to, is to focus on no poverty, zero hunger, and good health and well-being of the humanity, and of course, in our case, life on land and life below water and climate action and so on. So on a sustainable circular economy and sustainable life and cities and clean water. Of course, Mazoon Dairy has adopted that. This is the first project that we have launched 15 months ago. Today, we are more than 200,000 liters per day. We've started with 20,000 liters 15 months ago. And in Mazoon Dairy, we are adopting the best responsible production means. We have launched the first biogas plant in the region. So Mazoon Dairy now takes the cow dung, the slurry, and converts it into biogas. This is where gas is fermented and stored, and we are converting biogas into electricity here. This is the first project in the whole region where they adapt, sustainable means that converts waste to energy. And thanks to our partners in Oman LNG and other groups, IJAD, who have worked very closely with us to convert this existing project into a much and more efficient energy producer. We also use authentic, local species like Luban, the frankincense from Oman, is also the first time in the world is being used in milk, and very authentic local taste. In our meat production for Al Bashair, which is the largest integrated red meat project in the Middle East, with a size of 1.3 animals annually, we use all sustainable means, animal welfare, zero waste, and sustainable means of production also. This is the first project, of its kind, and the first branded meat ever seen in the Middle East. We're now about 3 months in the market, and demands are higher all over the region. We have been exporting to all GCC now, and now in Saudi, Bahrain, Qatar, UAE, repeat orders. And as you can see, we start from animals being fed and slaughtered, of course, and then we have rendering plants that make sure that all byproducts are being processed. This is the brand Bushra. This is the first branded meat ever in the Middle East, and unique of its kind. It's all available in the markets, the big retail shops, as small shops also. But this is very unique for Oman. Bushra means good news, and it is your trusted source of meat. Al Muruj Dairy is one of the unique projects in the Middle East. This is the first integrated milk collection scheme in the region. The purpose is also to help the farmers sell their milk. In the south, we have 250,000 cows, and the focus is to help the farmers sell their milk. At the same time, that will help also reduce grazing, because animals will have to be put in the closed environment to milk better. And of course, the farmers will change their low milk producing animals to higher producing animals, which mean slower, maybe lower number, but higher productivity. This is one of the centers we already built, very unique pilot projects in the south of Oman, in the mountains of Dhofar. This center will be ready for collecting milk, hopefully within 2 months. And this is another, vertical, which is Oman Flour Mills, with more than 300 SKUs, selling from as far as Morocco to Singapore. Great, of course, brand all over the region. And Nama Poultry is one of the key projects. The capacity is 60,000 tons. I mean, 60 million birds. And also, it's one of major projects with an investment of 100 million Omani Riyal. In this project, the waste, which is the litter currently of low value, will be converted ultimately to a biochar. We will start with drying the litter and convert it into soil enhancer and fertilizer, and then phase 2 will convert into a biochar, which is a very high value product that end up with a black powdered product that is used as soil enhancer, as well as for other industrial use, being pure carbon. There are, of course, we have to understand what is shaping the future food systems, and that's very important. There are several factors that driving change in the food system, and those changes are also opportunities for us. So some of them, because of the pandemic, the COVID-19, a lot of changes have happened. But of course, rapid technological and innovation, that's very important. Smart agriculture practices, and of course the evolving consumption and preferences by customers. Currently, due to the pandemic, people started asking for different types of packaging. The focus on safety is very, very important, and we have to understand the complexity of that have been brought now with the pandemic, that will allow customers to have different choices. They go online, they order their food, they design their food the way they want it. We have another company called Tumur, which is the date. The purpose of there are two dates companies, Oman, Oman palm trees, Oman Nakhil Oman, and Tumur. They work very closely together in order to manufacture dates. This is the first sort of its kind in terms of size and focus on quality as well as byproduct. Here, what we will do, all the seeds, for example, and the weights will be converted into feed pellets. So the zero waste project also is in the making. So with this, I'd like to really thank the organizers for allowing me to share with you my presentation about Oman Food Investment, OFIC, as well as allow me to share some thoughts about the future of food. Here, what I think we need to understand that it's very complex, it's changing, it's fast, and we have to understand that the concerns of the customers in today's, of course, world is food quality and food safety, and of course, food price. To win the customers in this part of the world, we have to understand the complexity of our customers and the way they're currently behaving in terms of being able to choose, while at home through an app, the person is able to select from hundreds of restaurants around him and from hundreds of food suppliers. Today, while you're at home, you're receiving your groceries. So definitely you will make sure that you decide your negotiation skills, capabilities is very simple now. Through your fingertips, you can decide and you can design the kind of quality of food that you want to receive. With this, I'd like to thank you very much, and مع السلامة. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.